Talk Live podcast. We go back to Idaho, and there's some very interesting things going on in the Bryan Kohberger defense team. So let's sit back, relax, and let's watch. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Let's Talk Live podcast. It's Sunday evening already, and it's June 18, 2023. Welcome back to the Let's Talk Live podcast. Sorry about the botched intro. I'm trying to get better at them. I had a loop going on when I went live, and I'm literally hearing just tons of feedback. So I do apologize about that. I'm trying to get these down and get them better. Sometimes I pull them off really well. Sometimes I don't, but I'm going to try to make those better in the future. I hope everybody had a fantastic week. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend, and happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there. If you're watching this stream, we appreciate everybody being here this evening. And we have a very stacked lineup show this evening. I have Laura here, Agent Chase. She'll be joining me here in a second. We're going to talk about some things that we discovered reading over some legal documents with the aid of a Newsweek article, and then we're going to get into our interactive audience presentation. I'm going to need all of your participation this evening, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing that. But without further ado, let's bring in the one, the only, my confidant, my partner in this, Agent Chase. Laura, back in the house. How are you?
I'm doing great today. How about you, Bryan?
Well, I'd be doing better if I get my intros down a little better. But we're here. We're here.
No worries.
We're here. And we have a lot of things to go through here with our Idaho. You know, just some recent things that I've been kind of sniffing around here. And let's get into this. Let's see. Let's bring up the article that I was referring to. So I found this interesting. I found this article back on the 15th. I kind of buzzed through it, and then I went back and read over it before I did the stream today, and I said, shit, I found something in this to be really, really interesting. So this is from Newsweek. And I'm not going to read the whole article because we're going to transition over into one of the legal documents here in a second. But it says from Newsweek, Bryan Kohberger's eyes new way out of murder charges. And it goes on to say, Bryan Kohberger's legal team may have found a new way to attempt to have his murder charges thrown out following a court document filed this week. On Tuesday, Kohberger's lawyer, Ann Taylor, who served as, I never get this, Kootenai? Did I say it? Kootenai County Chief Public Defender, called on the state to provide a full record of the grand jury proceedings following his indictment of 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. And just so I can clear up the felony burglary charge, because I always hear about this. Like, what did he steal? He didn't steal anything. The burglary charge is there because, according to the evidence, that he was not supposed to be in or around that home that evening. When you go into a home that you're not supposed to be into, it's considered burglary to Idaho law. So it says, quote, the release of the grand jury proceedings governed by rule and statute are materials necessary to Mr. Kohberger's defense. The court document said, quote, a grand jury was impaneled at the time when a small community of Moscow, Idaho, had been exposed to 6 months of intense local, national, and international media coverage. And this is where it gets interesting. Quote, because the state has provided extensive discovery, Mr. Kohberger knows that exculpatory, I said it, Laura.
Very good.
Evidence exists. Whether a fair and impartial panel of grand jurors was assembled amidst intense media coverage is significant question and defense must evaluate. I'm going to go back and read that again. Because the state has provided extensive discovery, Mr. Kohberger knows that exculpatory evidence exists. Laura,
That's an illegal document.
how would he know that exculpatory evidence exists? Well, I was thinking about it, and I said right to you before I went on air, if he was there, if he allegedly committed these murders, wouldn't he be the defense best witness? Wouldn't he know if law enforcement translated or misinterpreted information or evidence in this case? Maybe that's the exculpatory evidence.
The fact that they wrote Mr. Kohberger knows and not Mr. Kohberger believes is telling, in my opinion. How does he know that exculpatory evidence exists in that extensive discovery unless he found something within it and through their search of the numerous amounts of data and documents given to them? How does he know unless something in there changes the game a little bit?
It says it right here, and this is the document that we pulled. It's from it's the defense reply to status supplementary request to defense motion grand jury. Page, what was it? Page 3?
3, first full paragraph.
A grand jury was impaneled at the time when the small community of Moscow, Idaho, had been exposed to 6 months of intense local, national, international media coverage. Because the state has provided extensive discovery, Mr. Kohberger knows that exculpatory evidence exists. How does he know?
I just don't know how he would know unless something is in this discovery that is lessening the burden. Not necessarily saying he didn't do it, but also lessening the burden of him doing it. He has to be privy to something to know that there's exculpatory evidence existing in that discovery.
Let me throw a possibility out there.
Sure.
I'll go there and I'll say it because we've talked about it. And it goes back to that initial statement that he made when he was arrested. Did you arrest anybody else?
Was anyone else arrested?
Was anybody else arrested? Laura, let me ask you, could there be maybe a possibility that someone or something could be involved?
I mean, it's very possible. I mean,
it's a possibility. It's certainly a possibility.
I mean, exculpatory evidence isn't just evidence that exonerates the defendant of guilt. It's also evidence that is favorable to the defendant. So it doesn't have to necessarily exonerate the guilt, but it can just be favorable to a defendant. So how could there be information favorable to a defendant? Well, if let's say if 30 people spray painted something and only one person gets caught, but yet they show a video with all 30, it would lessen the burden off of off of that one person. So is it possible that there is someone else involved with this?
So Harlot's saying these motions technically don't have to be 100% factual, though. They're not writing under oath. Judges even instruct the jury not to take defense or prosecution statements as evidence or fact.
I don't know why they would be saying this, though, that he knows that exculpatory evidence exists.
Why would they say that?
I mean, it would be very plausible that they would put, he believes that exculpatory evidence exists. I mean, this is a whole paragraph page about the discovery, including, the extent of discovery, including what appears to be exculpatory evidence. So I don't necessarily know if it's just they're going here. They're going here.
Well, he knows something.
He knows something.
You got to know something that would allegedly put you in that place at that time or evening, correct? Because you wouldn't just know anything that went on if you weren't there, right? And
Yeah,
we still haven't heard anything about an alibi. In fact, aren't they asking to extend time to come up with an alibi?
Yes, I believe that is because they need more time. They need more time to go through the discovery.
So, I don't know. It's just very interesting. I would think that if someone has to know something, they would have to be there.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm able to pick holes through a document or through multiple documents, meaning discovery, then that's because I know it's not true.
So Randy says the exculpatory evidence is the lack of evidence found in his car and his apartment.
Exculpatory.
That's what he thinks it is.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that's exculpatory, but the lack of evidence, if there was no evidence found in his car and apartment, that would just be, it wouldn't be exculpatory because it's not, I mean, I guess it would work in his favor, but I don't necessarily know if it's exculpatory. It wouldn't exist. Like if there's
Indigo babes. Yep, go ahead.
If there's no evidence that there was any type of DNA or anything in the car or the apartment, then that just is nothing.
Indigo Babe says the defense is desperate.
Oh, I believe.
Well, it's funny. They're the ones that have been kind of sending all these motions in, asking for more time, extensions. So it's interesting. Very, very interesting. But I found that Newsweek article and I said, geez, that's something maybe I overlooked, something that I didn't question. But, if he knows, then what is the exculpatory evidence that he knows? It says he knows that it exists. I want to know what it is. DDHO says if he had an alibi, he wouldn't need discovery. He would know his alibi. Absolutely.
I believe so.
Absolutely. Why have we heard no one, like one of our moderators was saying the other day, he's still sitting in jail. He's still there. If there was anything to exonerate him at this point, wouldn't he be out walking around? When they found that in the discovery?
Yeah, I mean, if there was something in this that was that damning of exculpatory evidence, they would have to do the right thing and say, okay, we now know you didn't do it.
Jeremy says it seems that the defense wants the prosecution to do their job for them. That's kind of how I felt. That's kind of how I felt.
This gets to be tricky with the amount of discovery. They called it voluminous. I mean, we're looking at what is big data. It's so much for the defense to manage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe, you know, they're asking, hey, can you go back and, you know, say there's 1,000 pages of a document, like what page are you actually looking at? Is it page 99?
Or
paragraph?
What part of this video are you specifically stating is, I mean, I get it. The discovery is everything that the prosecution is using to come up with evidence, but it's hard. It's hard.
So Randy says if they didn't find the DNA evidence in his car or his apartment, the knife sheath becomes very suspicious as though it was planted. I think the Banfield cop needs to be investigated.
I mean, if they don't find DNA, then I don't think the sheath becomes suspicious. But I think a lot's going to come out, like body cam footage, more DNA reports. I mean, there's so much.
DNA evidence was presented in the O.J. Simpson trial, massive amounts of it.
And they didn't understand it at the time.
They didn't understand it, but still, it was basically washed away. The thing that really put the nail on the coffin for that trial was when he tried on the glove.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, with O.J. Simpson.
Samantha says, Randy, it wasn't planted. He was dumb and left it behind.
I don't necessarily know if he was dumb, but I believe that he was feeling a lot of adrenaline. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not legal experts. We're not law enforcement. We're just basing our opinions off legal documents. It's kind of what we do over here. We don't get into the conspiracy theories. We don't get into the, I know everybody loves when I say it, the aliens. The aliens are coming. The aliens are coming. We don't get into that, but I want to recognize this. Well, old member, new member. Reba has become a member again here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for re-upping, Reba.
Thank you. We appreciate it. If anybody wants to join, you can go down there and click the join button below to support the channel. My channel memberships start at $1.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're watching this live right now. If you watch on the replay, go down there and smash in the comments. Go down there and type in the comments #replay to let me know that you're watching this on replay. What I usually do is I download these episodes and I'll relaunch them later in the week so you can catch the replay. Are we moving on, Laura? Are we going to go to our interactive presentation? Because this may take a little while. We can do that.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Laura dropped some, what was this? Maybe about a week ago now.
Yeah, close to a week ago.
Yeah, she kind of clipped this, these talking points out of a Facebook group, out of one of the Idaho Facebook groups, and she was showing it to me. And I said, you know, we were looking at it, and I looked at it and I said, you know, I think we can make a very interactive presentation where we can get the audience involved in this, kind of agree or disagree type of interactive presentation. Let me pull that up and I'll just kind of show you what's going on. Let's recognize this first. Gail has become a new member. She's a rookie detective. Thank you. Thank you, Gail. We appreciate your membership and support. So let me pull up this presentation. And let's see. I closed it. Now I need to reopen it. Are you in there, Laura? You need the link.
I am here.
Awesome. All right. Let me pull this up. I'm probably not going to be able to see much of the chat once I hit presentation. Let me see. Present. All right. This window is that your audience sees. Drag the screen. Okay. All right, let me open this up. Hang on one second. Sorry. It's tough. I need like 3 screens to do this. I don't have 3 screens. But maybe someday when my podcast then I get rich and famous. Not. All right, let's see. That was a bad joke, wasn't it?
No. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. I mean,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
the rich and the lamest. All right, let me see if I'm sharing the right window. I think I am. Let's do this. I'm not going to be able to watch the chat. I can watch here. All right. So we call this one Sorting the Theories. Let me just take down this here. Sorting the Theories. Now, what we're going to do, and Danielle, by the way, Danielle, you need to email me at letstalklivepodcast@gmail.com so I can get out you got to send me an address so I can get out your $10 Grubhub gift card that you won last night. Congratulations, by the way. But yeah, email me, letstalklivepodcast@gmail.com. So we put together this little interactive presentation. What I need everybody to do is when we go through these theories, and I'll show you the next screen here. All right, so this is called Unpopular Opinions that will eventually be revealed as truth. Now, we're not saying, these were just some things that were thrown out. They're unpopular theories. And the person that did this, I'm not going to reveal their whole name, but it was a girl. Her name was Chris. So I want to just at least give her credit in that sense, because we didn't come up with this, but we came up with this kind of interactive presentation. Now, what we're going to do in this is I need audience participation in this. What we're going to do is we're going to read all of the opinions, and I want the audience to type an A or a D. So A would be for agree, D will be for disagree. And then what's going to happen, Laura, if you want to grab one of them and you can show them, Laura's behind the scenes here. She's going to grab one of the check marks to the X and put it up there. So I don't know if you can grab them, Laura. Yep. And you can see that kind of move right now. So she's going to place that. So we're going to agree or disagree. So I'm going to start by placing, saying the first one here, and we'll work our way down. We got about 5 slides to go through. So it can only be agree or disagree. Is that right, Laura? Or are we doing a maybe?
I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
This is tough.
Agree or disagree, I guess we can put a maybe, and then we'll see how they all pan out.
If we do all right, we'll do this. Agree, maybe, disagree. So A for agree, M for maybe, D for disagree. We'll give the audience that.
Try your hardest to
try
go
your
agree or disagree.
Right. And what I'm going to do is when they start kind of typing, I'm just going to make an overall judgment of the consensus of the letters that I see, because I want to move the game along. I don't want to. And I'll say start and stop. Okay. I know we're going to probably have a little bit of lag. What I could do is clean that up. Let me turn off the delay. So we have, hang on one second.
Okay.
Let me turn off the delay. I think this will be fun for the audience. I really do. I think this is going to be cool. All right. Let me turn off. All right, so slow mode is off, so we'll get them pretty quick so we can see them. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is start with our game. So I'm going to read the first one. Terry says she's warming up her D button. All right, what we're going to do here is I'm going to read the first one, and then I'm going to say start, and then everybody can start typing. So we need an A for agree, M for maybe, D for disagree. If it's a maybe, Laura, just drop the X and check mark next to that. All right. Yep. So the first one is there were no accomplices. A, M, or D, go. And we'll give them all a few seconds here. Let these roll in, and then I'll just take a general consensus vote. Oh God, this is all split. I don't think this is gonna work well.
I'm gonna have to get a pen here. How many do we have watching?
Oh, I don't know. It's like 185.
Oh boy.
This is not going to go well. I see a lot of A's, I'll believe. Believe it or not, I see a lot of A's. So there were no accomplices. A, M, or D. Maybe I should just do votes at the top. It's probably going to be easier. I'll just vote everyone because that's going to be easier for us to keep track.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. Stop. Maybe we split this stream into 2 different streams. I think we can get 2 out of it. All right. Everybody stop. I'm sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a poll at the top. All right. So question 1, this is going to be a lot easier. Question 1. All right. So I'm going to put A, D. This is going to be way better. And M. Okay. Polls at the top. There were no accomplices. Vote at the top. That's the way we should have just been doing it. Vote at the top. All right. This is way better, Laura. Way better. I love it. Great job, guys. I love this. So awesome. So right now, agree is winning. 56%, 58%, 60%. We're going to let these roll in probably another 30 seconds, and then we'll end the poll. This is fantastic. I love the way this is working. This is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
All right, perfect. 64% agree. Great. Keep going, everybody. Keep voting. Can only vote once because I think we'll only allow you to vote once. And then, you know what, Laura? We might be able to split this into 2 streams. So we'll do.
Yeah, we'll see how far we can go with this.
This is great. All right, I'm going to end the poll here in a minute. Let's let me see if I can do this. I want to kind of add this in. And we will end it right.
Hi, Titanium. ADM. A means agree with our first question.
Okay.
D means disagree, and M means maybe.
So agree. 64% agree to the what happened? A little
I don't know. Maybe it was me.
delay.
No, it wasn't me. It couldn't have been me.
All right.
Okay,
so
we got some agrees.
All right, what did I do? All right, there were no accomplices. Okay, let me go up to question 2. Question 2. So the poll, we'll start this. Question 2. So Q2. Agree.
Not necessarily a landslide, Jessica, but it was 64%. So we're going to give it to agree.
All right. Question 2 is going to be, there is no police cover-up. There is no police cover-up. Poll is at the top. Poll is at the top. Vote. There is no police cover-up. There is no police. So A is agree, D is disagree, and M is maybe. And then what I'll do is I'll hit my bell when we're going to end it. All right. So I'll do that so everybody can hear it.
And
we're
just doing this to see what everybody thinks.
It's nothing that, we're just
beautiful, messy. Exactly. We don't think it's a fun game show. We are coming to a group consensus as to how we think. Exactly.
I'm just taking an overall poll of how the audience feels in this case right now. If you were a juror, how would you vote essentially in this case?
The question for this one is, there is no police cover-up.
There is no police cover-up. 67% agree. And I'm going to let this go about another 10 seconds. We're going to end it and move on to the second question, the second opinion. These are all opinions. They're just opinions. They're opinions that probably all of you have talked about. And I just want to see where everybody stands on these opinions. So what we do here. All right, I'm going to end it. Poll has ended. 66% agree. 22% disagree and 11% maybe. There was 71 votes in total. All right. So question 3, I'm going to start the poll for that. Oops. This was a lot better doing it this way. Question 3. Agree, disagree, and maybe. Okay, so question 3. The December 13th incident with a veteran with PTSD in Pullman was completely unrelated. I don't really know how I feel about that one. I probably would have kept it out of there.
Yeah, because I believe
I feel that
nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. I'm stating my personal opinion. Nothing to do with it. So A, D, or M. A, D, M. A, D, or M. 76% so far agree. We have 60 votes in. And I'm going to tell you tonight, at the end of this poll, it ends tonight. Let that man rest in peace. He fought for this country. He was a veteran. Leave him out of it. I'm tired of hearing about it. 74% agree. It's done. It's over with. It's decided. Leave Brett Kopecky alone. He's a veteran. He served this country. He has nothing to do with this case. I'm done. I'm over it. Sorry, Laura.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. All right. Question 4 or opinion 4. Opinion 4. All right. Let's start this. Q4. We set up the poll. Agree, disagree. Shit. Hang on one second. Don't vote yet. Let me end that one. I screwed it up. Okay. What was I? Q4?
Yes.
Q4. Agree, disagree.
Exactly right, low 12.
Let me go back up. What's low 12? What did I miss?
No, she just said he's a war hero.
He is a war hero.
He did what a lot of us wouldn't ever want to do.
So Jules is saying I'm the one that brought it up. I don't think I've ever said that I've implicated that Brett Kopecky has been involved in any of this. And I'm the one that brought it up tonight to end it, to urge other creators to stop saying his name in this. He has nothing to do with it. It needs to end. Let this man rest in peace. All right. Number 4. What Maddie told Adam was completely unrelated. You can vote at the top. How do you feel, Laura? We doing good so far?
I think we're doing great.
All right. So the new question is, and you can see it up there on the screen. You can see it, right, Laura? Everybody can see this?
Oh, yes.
What Maddie told Adam is completely unrelated. What Maddie told Adam is completely unrelated. I'm going to let this go a couple more seconds, and then we're going to end it. Still voting. All right, time's up on that one. 60% agree. 60% agree. 75 votes. If you want your voice to be heard and you're in that chat, vote. You need to vote. Oh, excuse me.
I'm getting there. My computer was
lagging.
Well, I was scrolling. My mouse, Apple Magic Mouse.
Got it.
Went nuts.
All right, where are we? Number 5. All right, Q5. agree.
This is kind of like that thing that MTV used to do. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like random trivia questions that would pop up. I can't remember.
It's not really trivia. These are just unpopular opinions that will eventually be revealed as truth. And I'm just gauging, we're doing this to gauge what our audience thinks and what their theories are or their opinions. That's why we want, as a consensus is why we wanted to do this evening. All right, so we're going to ask the community here. The homicides had nothing to do with drug dealers. I want to see how everybody feels on this. The homicides had nothing to do with drug dealers. You can vote there at the top. %82 so far agree. 44 votes. Everybody's voting on this one. 52 votes so far. We'll let this one go for a little bit because it seems like there's a lot of interaction on this one. Remote Control. That's the show. Tsunami got it. Remote Control.
Oh, yeah, that was the television show. But there was like an online thing on a website one time back in the early 2000s.
All right, I'm going to give this about another 10 seconds. I'm going to wrap this one up. Votes are still coming in. All right, that one's ended. 73% agree. 73% agree. All right, let me set up the next one here. We're on what? Q6?
We are on Q6.
Agree, disagree. Everybody's pretty clear in their answers so far. Okay, the next one. Maddie and Xana were the primary targets. Maddie and Xana were the primary targets. Maddie and Xana are the primary targets. This is interesting, Laura. This one is really interesting.
Very interesting. Hi, Michelle.
It is.
I saw you in the chat just now. I know we're from same area.
Oh, cool.
The M is for maybe.
Yeah, M is for maybe. So agree, disagree, and M is for maybe. This is very interesting. I'm going to let this one go a little bit longer. Titanium Built says, I think only Maddie. How's my mic this evening? Is it better? Because I know last night I was having microphone issues.
I think it's a lot better tonight.
Is it? Yeah, it's much better. I got a new wire. I got a boom. Got the mic right next to my mouth now. So, okay, I'm going to wrap this one up. Poll has ended. 54% agree. 54% agree. 54% agree. All right, we're going to go on to Q7. All right. Laura, why don't you do this? I'm going to let you read this one while I set this one up.
Sure. He first crossed paths with Maddie and Xana at the Mad Greek, despite the manager's claim that Kohberger had never been in the restaurant.
Poll is set at the top. You can start voting. Let's see your votes. Should be and or.
Yeah, I know, Patty.
We didn't write these. It's basically we just clip someone's thing out. Again, this is not our material. We gave Chris. I'm not going to give her full name because it is a Facebook group, but Chris did come up with these unpopular truths. But I thought this would be something we could bring to the group and kind of make an interactive polling out of it.
Indigo Babe said the owner was lying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
don't know about that. And the reason I don't know about that is because if I had a restaurant that a homicide suspect was supposedly there, I'd probably say he was there to get more business. People would be
Right.
curious and they'd be exploring. So, I mean, from a business perspective, her saying that he wasn't there, I mean, if she said he was there, um, it would be kind of, like, oh, let's go get a look inside this restaurant.
So Mind Your Business is asking, can you read the question again, Laura?
Yes, he first crossed paths with Maddie and Xana at the Mad Greek, despite the manager's claim that Kohberger had never been in the restaurant.
And then Beautiful Messy Ball is, if the owner's lying, the prosecution's going to have a problem when it comes to trial.
Exactly.
Right. All right. We're going to wrap this one up. Oof.
Oh, I don't know. This one's like all over the place.
So 43% agree, 29% disagree, and 26% said maybe. 82 votes. 2 votes.
I think we're gonna have to go with a agree disagree on there because it's not even a majority.
You make the call. I'm going to leave it to you, my co-pilot here.
Let's because we're
Do
kind
we-
of split.
Do we put another poll up really quick? And all right, we'll just split that one. I like
We'll
that.
split it.
All right.
And I was thinking, what if there's some things that maybe some of our viewers would like to know? Like Kaylee was the primary target. If we were to get viewer submissions through email or somewhere, we could put another one of these together with what our viewers want to hear.
Yeah, maybe we do that at the end of this. We can call out some questions that maybe they want answered, or some opinions that are out there, and get kind of the audience participation in some of these, and maybe we can squash some of them out, or
That would be great.
See really where everybody stands. That's why we're doing this. So question 8, if you want to read this one again, Laura, I'll let you take it.
The DoorDash order was completely coincidental.
You can vote there at the top. The the poll is at the top of the chat. Go ahead. If you're just coming in here, if you're just joining the stream, we're doing an interactive presentation this evening, and we need the audience participations while we're doing this. What we did was we found some unpopular opinions that eventually become revealed as truth. Possibly, it's just an opinionated type of interactive presentation we're doing, and we're taking some polls out of the audience to see how they feel about these opinions, where these could be eventually be revealed as truths at the end of the completion of this trial. So if you want to participate, you can go up there at the top of the poll. You'll see it at the top of the chat, and type in vote on one of your answers. So A is agree, D is disagree, and M is maybe. All right, that's plenty of time on this one. Again, was the DoorDash order was completely coincidental. We're going to end that. And 60% agree. 60% agree. All right. So I think I'm on what? Question 9? Question 9.
Yeah, we should have numbered these. Oh, well.
Next time.
Okay, right. Are we ready? He parked in the apartment parking lot behind the house and entered through the sliding door.
Allegedly.
All
right, poll at the top. Y'all can vote there. Shout out to Titanium Built. If you haven't gone over, go over and check out her channel. It's pretty good stuff. I don't watch a lot of content creators, and it's nothing against Titanium. I'm just saying this in general. I try to keep my streams pure, and I don't really want to watch other material because I want to keep it to my opinions. But I do go over and peek in every once in a while. She has a great chat over there. She's got some really great moderators, and we really appreciate her coming in and spending some time with us. So if you haven't gone over,
it a few times, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, Titanium.
Yeah, I enjoy your channel of what, I can check out. I'm super busy. I work like almost 60 hours a week. And then whatever little downtime I have, I really devote everything into my channel. So,
when Brian's at work and I'm home, sometimes I will tune in to your channel because you go on sometimes during the day or the afternoon. So I'll tune in here or there or replay one. I have no qualms about that. I like your channel.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Thank you for coming over and hanging out. Mind your business saying great show. She's loving what we're doing here this evening.
Thank you.
Often replicated, often duplicated, never replicated. I'm telling you, this is going to be a first here. I haven't seen it on anybody's streams, but I'll be curious to see, Laura, who's going to copy us next.
Hey, you know what? That's a form of flattery.
Say the form of flattery when people copy you. So anyway. Get your own fucking content. Get your own fucking content. I'll say it. It's a little annoying sometimes, but anyway, I'll move on. I digress.
Okay. Are we ready to close it up?
Are you snapping me back to reality right now?
I am.
All right. We're going to close this one up.
Oh, the cat's life is here for their first live. Oh, great.
All right. Welcome in. All right. 72% agree, Laura. 72% agree.
Lots of green.
Lots of green. Lots of green. Titanium Belt says she's going to copy us.
Hey, you're welcome to do so.
Come hang out. You can come hang out on the stream with us and do one of these sometimes if you want. Titanium, if you want to come hang out sometime, drop me an email. Let's talk live podcast at gmail.com. We'll get you on the show. Come out, hang out with me and Laura. I think it'd be really great to collab with you and see kind of where you stand on all of this. I'd love to do an interview and see how you started following the Idaho case and just your thoughts and opinions on it. Absolutely. Come hang out sometime. I'd like that. What do you think, Laura?
Yeah, definitely. You keep it to the facts. You definitely don't go crazy. Right. If I can sit through one of your lives, I definitely like you because I'm a busy person, but I will sit here sometimes while I'm doing other stuff and keep your live going. Even if I'm not in the chat, I do watch a lot because I'm not a big chatter, to be honest.
Yeah, if you want to collab, like I said, reach out to me. We'll pick a night where all three of us can be on or something like that, and we'll hang out. I'd love to hear where you kind of stand on all of this. Okay, so question, what are we on? 10? Question 10.
Question 10.
All right.
They were all asleep when initially attacked. No one confronted or saw him until Dylan saw him leaving. They were all asleep.
Thank you so much for the great show. I appreciate that. What I need everybody to do right now, if we can pause while everybody's kind of voting, we only have 90 likes and there's 235 people watching. I need everybody to smash that like button. Oh, he's saying it again. He's telling everybody to smash the like button. Well, yeah, I do, because I want to get my stream out there. And if people understand that in live shows, the more interaction that you have, the more YouTube pushes your content. So if you all can get down there and smash that like button, get me to 100 likes, which we're over right now, I'm going to give away a free membership this evening because I love giving away memberships. So let's do that right now. Let's give away.
Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about the likes.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about money. I really don't. Everybody goes, you probably make so much money doing YouTube. I don't make a lot of money, believe me. Whatever money comes in, YouTube takes 30% of it, and then I get to pay taxes on it. So by the end of the day, almost 60% of it is already taken away. All right, we're going to give a membership out.
Jeremy Boudreau said, I think Xana was awake, the only one. And Missy Minx 261 said, how could they all be asleep when Xana ordered DoorDash around that time, right? Exactly. So
Tsunami.
Oh,
one of my moderators is now a new member of the group. You're slacking, kid. You're slacking, but have a month on me. He does a lot. He's given a lot of generous gifts as well, too. So we appreciate you, Tsunami. We appreciate, look at him. What? We appreciate you. You're slipping, son. You're slipping. But no.
Wait, that's so weird because the color of his star is not dark blue. It's
maybe it upgraded. It upgraded it. That's probably why. So you have an upgraded membership for a month.
Lucky him.
All right. Let's end this poll. We'll go to the next question. let's see, 77% agree.
No, 77% disagree.
Disagree. I'm sorry. Disagree.
Okay.
Disagree. Wow, we have our first X up there. Our first full X.
X gonna give it
First
to you.
full X. Yep. X gonna give it to you.
R.I.P. DMX.
Right. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Move on to the next one.
Okay. Maddie was attacked first, then Kaylee, then Ethan, and finally Xana.
Okay. Poll at the top.
Do you agree with that order?
Do you agree with that order? That order only.
I agree, Harlot. I don't think Mad Greek would be important. They're kind of irrelevant unless they have something that we don't know about.
Yeah. All right. Oh. We'll give this one a couple more minutes or seconds, not minutes.
Okay. The question was Maddie was attacked first, then Kaylee, then Xana, and then finally, no, I'm so sorry. MKEX. Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, Xana.
All right, we're going to end this one. 57% agree. Wow. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
That's a majority.
That is a majority. Okay. Number, what are we at? 11?
12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12 is Kaylee was already in Maddie's room when he went in. Kaylee was already in Maddie's room when he went in.
All right. So what we're doing here, if you're just popping into the show, we're doing kind of an interactive presentation of some unpopular opinions that will eventually be revealed as truth. Now, we didn't come up with these questions. We actually took it off a Facebook group from a young lady. Her name was Chris, and I'm not going to reveal her last name just to protect her identity. So what we're doing tonight is just kind of getting consensus of how the audience feels about some of the theories that have been put out there in this case so far. Now, these are just clearly opinions. They're all alleged. We're not saying it's concrete evidence at all. We're not stating anything as fact. We're just feeling out what the audience feels about some of these opinions that basically have been talked about in over the last 6 months, right, Laura?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if we get to 150 likes, we're at 122 right now, I will gift out another membership this evening. That's funny too. You know, everybody gets on me like, oh, you're asking. I've never asked for super chats. I've never said, give me a super chat. I've never said, you know, give me this or give me that. In fact, if you watch my streams, I end up giving out a lot more memberships than asking. I usually ask once during the stream if people would like to join and support the channel, they can. But I've never, ever in my live chats ever said super chat me. So get that off your skillet. I'm firing back tonight, Laura. I'm in rare form tonight. I'm in rare form. So Lily Black has asked, why is the poll ADM? And we'll explain that to you. What we're doing here is we're doing an interactive presentation. You see the kind of the theories up on the screen. We're reading through those theories and then asking if you agree, disagree, or a maybe. And you can go up there and vote at the top of the stream. All right, we're going to end this one here and move on to the next one. Let's see what the results. 51% agree.
Yeah, and 48% either disagree or maybe. I think we're up in the air. I think we're up in the air with this one.
All right, you call that one as an up in the air.
Yeah.
That's up to you. And then we're what, on question 13?
Yes.
Okay.
And question number 13 is, Xana had passed out after eating with TikTok still playing on her phone. before the perpetrator entered her room.
Thank you, Low 12. I appreciate you. We appreciate Laura appreciates you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, Pisces, stay calm. I'm fired up tonight, man. Yeah, take a second and smash that like button. We're at 128. When we get to 150, I'm going to give out another membership. Oh, yeah, no problem, Lily. We appreciate you. Looks like you're a new name here. We appreciate you hanging out this evening. All right, so let's see. Xana passed out after eating with TikTok, still playing on her phone before the perpetrator entered her room. Wow, this is interesting.
I mean, my phone is set that after like a minute of inactivity, it goes black. So I don't know. Kootenai.
Kootenai, that's the county. Kootenai County.
Kootenai.
Thank you.
Kootenai.
Thank you for clarifying that. If anybody doesn't know, I suffer from a mild form of dyslexia and I stutter. So if you're ever going, why doesn't he get anything right when he reads it? That's why. My brain scrambles words bad. My brain processes way too fast and things get scrambled, so they don't come out the right way when I look at things. So I really have to slow myself down and watch that. Sometimes if you notice, like if I'm reading something, I kind of stare at it for a little bit, and that's so my brain can kind of process it. So
and I only know how to pronounce the crazy Pennsylvania names. I'm not familiar with Idaho's dialect.
All right, we're gonna end this one here.
We got to disagree.
63% disagree. 63% disagree. What are we at? Q14.
Q14.
Can I read this one? I haven't read one in a while.
Go ahead.
All right. I feel important now. All right. Going on to the next one. Kaylee and Xana woke up after being attacked, but the most they could do was hold up their hands and arms, trying to block off the attack, resulting in defensive wounds. There was no real fight. So agree, disagree. And listen, I know that some of these are hard to get through. They're hard for me to read, knowing how much I have the passion in my heart about this case and finding justice in this case. You know, I don't want anybody to think like we're making a playful game about this. This is just an interactive presentation where we're just really trying to sort where our audience feels in these opinions that we've heard over the past 6 months. I was candidly saying this to Laura the other night and talking about how much passion I have about this case and about these young individuals that, you know, were innocently murdered in the middle of the night, and that I literally stay up wakeless nights. I don't know if that's a word. I stay up hours and hours every night. And I do this because I need to know. I need to know a couple of things. I need to know, and I need to see justice in this, because my best friend didn't get justice when he was murdered. But I need to know. I need to know how, if Bryan Kohberger is the person that did this, how did he come in I don't want to say entangled, but interacted with these individuals. I have to know that. I have to know how this all started. I need to know how this all started. And I need to know, based on the facts and the evidence in this case, what happened in that house that night. I need to know it. And that at the end of this, whatever the outcome is of this trial, that these victims, these beautiful people, get justice. Whatever it is. Sleepless. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Doodlebug. Sleepless nights. Whatever it is. If Bryan Kohberger is innocent as we sit and we're doing the stream right now until proven guilty in the court of law. And we have said that many, many countless times on this channel. I know where I stand in this case based on the facts and evidence that I've read through and looked through hours and hours and pages and pages of these documents that come out. You know, Laura and I don't just open these documents up and look at the title and go, okay, we can make a stream about this. We read through it. And listen, we're not experts, but we try to do the best we can and give the most relevant information about this.
Absolutely.
And as Bryan Kohberger, like I said, Bryan Kohberger sits right now in jail until proven guilty. He's innocent until proven guilty. And we'll get to the end of this and we will find out who did this. And if it's not Bryan Kohberger, then we still got a hell of a lot of work to do and find out who did this. But that being said, I digress. We're going to end this poll.
And something I just did, Carrie H said about if you leave TikTok open on your phone playing videos, it won't go black. And I just pulled up a TikTok and it has not gone black. And it's been a couple minutes. So, okay, I was wrong with that one. I would have thought my phone would have, went black by now, but it has not.
So we had 44 agree, 41 disagree, and 13 is maybe. I'm going to let you call
That's this down the middle.
All right.
But there are too many qualifiers in that. I believe CH said that. But yeah, that was a tricky one. Okay.
I'm just gonna call something out because I know they're watching this evening. The person that sent me the actual flyer from Kaylee Jade Day, I haven't gotten it. I know that you said you sent it. I don't know if you have a tracking number for it, but if you can reach out to me after the stream and just email me, maybe we can figure out what happened. Because I would love to have that. I'm going to frame it and actually put it up on my wall over here. But yeah, if you can reach out to me, I would appreciate it. Because I see you're watching this evening. That person got an actual Kaylee Jade poster, that the ones that Steve Gonzalez was handing out on that day and going around to the community and all those businesses and handing them out. So I wanted one. That person got me one. Thank you so much. I just want to make sure I get it and it didn't get lost, because it does mean a lot to me. All right, let's go. Oh wow, we're in page 2. Okay,
page 2.
We got a lot to go through. I think that we're gonna probably have to split this into 2 streams.
Yeah,
fine. Maybe we can get through this page here, and then we'll save the last 2 for sometime this week. Let me just bring this up really quick. Sweet and Sassy 69, $1.99 says, "Let's Talk Live is one of my favorite shows." Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
We love having you here. We love having you here. We love having the audience here. And it just makes everything well worth it when we come on and stream live. We love doing this.
Carrie H, I learned something from you tonight, that my phone will keep going if I keep TikTok on.
Oh. Yeah, email me. I see. Yeah. I guess I can reveal this. I mean, she typed it in the chat. Yeah. Vanderhoof, email me. Because I'm just curious to see what address I had you send it to. Don't type it in the chat, please. But email me. We'll figure it out. And I wonder if it went to my PO box, and I did happen to give her my mom's address as well too. So anyway.
Yes, Doodlebug. We can number them for part 2.
Yeah, we'll number them for part 2.
Absolutely.
Okay. Moving along here, let's start the next poll. I think it's
question 15.
Right. Q15.
Maddie and Ethan passed away without ever waking up. Maddie and Ethan passed away without ever waking up.
Yeah, I think this was I would say a great way for the audience to take some participation. And again, these are what we're looking at are unpopular opinions that may be true at the end of the trial. And it's just things that have been put out there either by the media or on social media networks, maybe some conversations with friends, but that's what we're, basically doing this evening. We're polling the audience to kind of see if they agree or disagree with any of these theories or opinions. Okay, I'm going to end this one. So we have 68% disagree, and disagree wins.
Yes.
Right. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, 5 more of these, and then we'll bring it back for part 2 sometime this week.
Sounds good.
All right. So we're at Q16.
16. I guess we go to 20.
Yeah, we'll go to 20. And then we'll give all right. So I'll read this one here. Ethan was found under the bed covers, which is why investigators who wrote the PCA couldn't identify his wounds at the scene like they could for Maddie, Kaylee, and Xana. Poll is at the top. You all can start voting.
I'm really thinking about this one.
Yeah, it's kind of making me think a little bit too.
I mean, we were talking the other night about how the medical examiner of Spokane County, the one not Mabbitt, who was the coroner, but then they brought in the medical examiner to determine the injuries, and Ethan's injuries were later determined to be sharp force injuries. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe this actually makes sense now.
We'll wait here and see what the audience thinks. Check your private chat.
Got it.
Agent Chase.
The coroner needs to be voted out and replaced. Well, I'm not a voter in Latah County, but if you are, and that's your opinion, get out and vote.
Yeah. Because I'm going to announce that at the end of the show so the audience knows to come back on that night.
Great.
Cool. Okay. We're going to close this poll up. All right. 64% disagree, 20% maybe, and 15% say agree. So it's a disagree.
I disagree.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next one. If you want to read it, I'll start typing it.
Sure.
Was that
After she fell to the floor in her bedroom, he told Xana he was going to help her to manipulate her into being quiet and compliant. This is a common tactic.
So I was seeing they're saying the perpetrator said that he was going to help her. So if you think the perpetrator said that he was going to help Xana, you can vote there at the top. We only need 7 more likes, and I'll give away a free membership and get that to 150. I'll give away a free membership. Okay, let me see. I'm going to check this email real quick. Okay, let's see. I sent it. Okay, cool. When was it delivered? June 15th. That's not good. Let's see. Shit. Vanderhoof, I'll respond to you after the show. Thank you for emailing me. Okay. Because shit, I hope it got there because I would have heard about it now. All right, we're gonna close this poll up for this question. And we have 64% agree.
Okay, that was a pretty good one.
All right. We're at Q18. Agree, disagree, and maybe. I'll read this one. Okay. The surviving roommates thought what was happening that night was just goofing around and maybe some relationship drama. So they just went back to sleep after all was quiet again. Vote at the top. Let's see what you all think. Angel says she loves the channel and has great lives. Thanks for doing this. Well, we thank you for being here. And if this is your first time over here, please make sure to smash the subscribe button, turn on all your bell notifications. So every time we go live, I drop a new video, you all will know. Thank you. Because this channel does not run without the audience. Believe me, I make very interactive shows. If I don't have the audience here, they're not as solid. They're not as good. That's what we really love. And you know what? I do off Idaho content last night. I just did the 29-year anniversary of the infamous O.J. Simpson White Bronco chase. That stream was phenomenal last night. You're all missing out on these off Idaho shows. Check out my other content. It's the same hosts. It's the same delivery. It's the same it's not the same content, but the same delivery. And you know, we work hard on these shows, believe me. And on those off Idaho shows, I work extremely hard on them. So come over and check out those lives. You know, they're fun. Okay, we're gonna end this poll. Danielle, yes, Danielle, you need to email me so I can get that Grubhub out to you. 46 agrees, 43% disagree, and 10% maybe. You're gonna be the one on this.
Yeah,
Laura.
we're a little more agree, but not enough. So we're gonna put them both there. But that's an interesting one that we're disagreeing on.
Okay.
Like that we're all not agreeing on to disagree or agree.
Right. All right. What are we at? Q19?
Yes.
Right. Agree, disagree, and maybe. All right, I'll read this one again. Bethany didn't. Oh, this is a good one. Bethany didn't hear or see anything. This will be very interesting. Vote and poll is at the top. Legal-minded friend Karen Cole says it's my first time and I subscribed. Wow, I will check out your other streams. Thank you so much, Legal. I appreciate you for being here this evening. Thank you for subscribing. And let's see. Brian has sent 3 last night. I'm going to send 2 both emails. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to get this out to you. Am I saying my email address wrong? Let's see. I think it's, yeah, let's talk live podcast at gmail.com. Let's talk live podcast at gmail.com. And I will respond to your email after the stream. All right. Let's look. Whoa. Poll is closed.
Okay. Ooh.
56% disagree. 56% disagree. Stay off the devil. I don't smoke the devil's lettuce. I don't smoke it. I'm not into that stuff. I don't even drink. I'm a clean-headed boy. Food has been my vice lately. It's been really bad. I need to start reeling myself back in that. Get it under control. Getting a little out of control. Gain a little weight here the last couple of weeks. I'm not too happy with myself. All right. Question 20. Agree.
Okay, last question.
All right. Ask the community. You go for it.
The perpetrator locked the doors of the bedrooms and pulled them shut behind him to keep the crimes from being discovered before he could get out of town. So the perpetrator locked the doors.
So I just want to pull this up. Beautiful says, I have lots of possible theories, but I'm respectful and responsible enough to know that they are just that and not drag people through the mud without evidence.
Thank you.
I like that. That should be our statement here on Let's Talk Live. And I commend you for your clear mind and your level head in these types of cases. You know, Darren's making a great point too. Stop blaming the survivors. I agree. Stop blaming the survivors. You know, I think there's a lot of channels out there that have been doing this lately, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And we need to tone back the conspiracies, because we're getting a lot more evidence, and we're not going to get everything before this gets to trial, but we're getting a lot more clearer picture of what happened. And we just talked about it at the beginning of this stream. You know, Bryan Kohberger stated that he knows the exculpatory evidence. Well, if you know exculpatory evidence, that would mean that you would know, or have possibly had to have been there allegedly that night. What evidence do you know that's exculpatory? I know where I stand on this case. And I know a lot of people get angry at me because I don't play the game. But I know where I stand on this case based on the facts that I've seen so far. And believe me, there is going to be a shit ton of new evidence that comes out in this trial, during this trial. I don't think we're going to get too much more before it gets that. And I wouldn't set your timers for October either. I think this is going to happen in probably 2024. And that's just my opinion.
If it does, it's going to be because the defense requests it to go later.
Right. Because
not the prosecution, I believe, will be ready to go, despite the mounds of discovery.
Right.
I believe they already are building a case, but it's the defense that'll probably request for a continuance.
Yeah. You know, and that's what I say. I kind of urge these tabloids or creators or whatever, read the documents, make some intelligent decisions on it. Don't just read a headline and go, aha, I figured it all out. I know everything. Come on, let's use the thing that's, well, maybe that some of the people have up there, but let's use that thing. It's called the brain. Let's use it. We can be more intelligent about this and approach it in a more intelligent way. All right, I'm going to end this poll here. This will be our last question, and we're going to give our final thoughts on this. Okay, 39%. Wow. 39% agree, 39% disagree, and 21% maybe. That's definitely a maybe. Definitely a maybe. Chosen, thank you so much for being an excellent moderator.
Yes.
And Tsunami this evening, thank you so much for being an excellent moderator. We appreciate you.
That is our oasis. Definitely maybe.
Yeah, we still have a lot to go through on this. I think it was a very successful presentation. I'm going to end this for now. And we'll just give you kind of our final thoughts, and we're going to wrap up the show here. I don't like to go like 2-3 hours because a lot of the playback, people won't watch that. But we're going to do for you is we will be back on, and people are already starting to fall off. It's getting late. What we're going to do is we're going to go back. You know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to relabel this right now as we'll call it part 1. This is part 1. And then we'll be back on Tuesday evening, and I'll set the thumbnail here just when I get off the stream for part 2. Okay. So Tuesday evening, we'll be back live, another live show. We'll continue with the presentation, the audience interaction. Come back Tuesday evening, 9 p.m. Set your reminders. I'll have the thumbnail up for part 2 in probably 5 or 10 minutes. You can come over and check us out on Tuesday evening. Laura, what do you think? Any final thoughts? I
think this was a great live tonight, and I can't wait to do part 2.
Super, super great. We appreciate everybody here in the live chat. It's what it's all about. You know, we just love giving good factual information. We have a great audience. We have great audience participation that come in here and really support the channel. And we're racing towards 10,000 subs. I want to get to that 10,000 subs. So, you know, first time in here, make sure to subscribe, like the I'll get this down. Like the stream tonight. Let's get this out there into the algorithm. Let's keep pushing this channel closer to 10,000 subs. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're at 7112. I actually haven't even done an update yet. Let's take a look real quick. And I owe a membership, by the way, too. I'm going to give that out before we go. I promised a membership. And again, like I said, I urge all the people that are watching this evening, come over and watch the non-Idaho streams. Believe me, you're going to get the same content, the same presentation. You're still going to get the same great audience and the channel participation as well, too. I will get this out at some point. I can't see who got gifted the membership. Let's take a look. Oh, Harlot, welcome back. She's a new member. All right. With that being said, we'll be back here Tuesday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much. We love all of you here in the chat. We'll be back. We'll do part 2 to this. I hope everybody enjoyed this because I did. I thought it was really great this evening to have the audience participation. From Laura and Brian, myself, Let's Talk Live podcast. This was episode 12. We'll be back Tuesday night, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Episode 13 of the Let's Talk Live podcast, part 2 in sorting the theories. Everybody have a safe, wonderful evening. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. You better come here. Come check us out. You're going to love it. Bye.